quick like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. My name is Nathan. I'm 35 years old, and I work as a photography director for an advertising agency in Miami, Florida. I spend my days analyzing images, spotting inconsistencies in photos, and noticing details that most people miss. I understand composition, framing, and most importantly, I can identify when something in a photo doesn't match the story being told. I never thought I'd need to apply those professional skills to my own wife's vacation photos. But when someone posts pictures from a girl's weekend, and there's a man's hand visible in every single shot, you start to notice. And once you notice, you can't unsee it. My wife, Jessica, went on a girls' trip to Key West last month. When she posted the photos on Instagram, I saw something that destroyed our 7-year marriage. A detail so obvious I couldn't believe she posted it publicly. A man's hand in every single photo, touching her, holding her, being intimate with her. And she had no idea she'd documented her own affair for everyone to see. I met Jessica 8 years ago at an art gallery opening in Wynwood. She was working as a brand manager for a fashion company, stylish and confident in ways that impressed me. I was the creative director type, more focused on visuals than social situations. We connected over our shared appreciation for aesthetics. We got married 7 years ago, bought a condo in Betrayal with floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the bay. Jessica continued in brand management, moving between companies as better opportunities came up. I advanced to photography director at my agency. Combined income around $195,000. We were comfortable, successful, living the Miami lifestyle. For 6 years, everything worked. We had our social circle, our weekend routines, our shared interests in art and design. We talk about traveling more, maybe buying a house on the beach eventually. Then about 4 months ago, Jessica started mentioning a new coworker. We hired this amazing creative director, she said one evening. His name is Alex. He's got this incredible portfolio, worked in New York, LA, just moved here from California. Sounds talented. He is. He's already changing how we approach campaigns, really pushing us to think differently. Over the following weeks, Alex's name came up constantly. Alex suggested this. Alex thought that. Alex had this great idea for their new product launch. You talk about Alex a lot. I mentioned one evening. Do I? I guess he's just been really influential on the team. He's a strong creative voice. I didn't think much of it. People get excited about talented new coworkers. It happens. But then other things started changing. Jessica had always been active on Instagram, posting regularly, sharing her life. But she'd started being more selective about what she posted, more curated, more careful. She'd also started staying late at work more frequently. Big campaign launch, she'd explain. Alex and I are pushing to get everything finalized. Alex and I. The phrasing stuck with me. Her phone behavior had shifted too. More protective, more private. She'd angle it away when texting, take calls in other rooms, keep it face down on surfaces. Small changes. Nothing dramatic. But patterns I recognized from the Infidelity Stories colleagues had shared. Then, 3 weeks ago, Jessica mentioned a girl's trip. Sarah and Megan and I are talking about doing a weekend in Key West, she said. Just a few days, get away from work stress, relax on the beach. Sarah and Megan were her college friends. I'd met them several times. Nice people. When are you thinking? Next month. Probably a long weekend. Thursday through Sunday. Sounds great. You should do it. You don't mind? Why would I mind? You deserve a break. She seemed relieved. Thanks. I'll start looking at hotels. Over the next few weeks, Jessica talked about the trip constantly. What they'd do, where they'd stay, what restaurants they wanted to try. The week before the trip, she was packing and planning. I noticed she'd bought new clothes, more than seemed necessary for 3 days. New dresses, new swimsuits, new everything. That's a lot of new stuff for a girl's weekend, I commented. I just wanted to feel good. I never buy myself nice things. It seemed reasonable. Women like new clothes for trips. Thursday morning, Jessica left for Key West. Kissed me goodbye, told me to have a good weekend, promised to send photos. Have fun, I said. Say hi to Sarah and Megan. I will. Love you. Love you too. She drove to the airport. I went to work. Started my day like normal. That evening, Jessica posted her first photo to Instagram. A sunset shot from what looked like a waterfront restaurant. The caption, Key West sunsets with my girls. Sunrise sparkles. Beautiful photo. The colors were perfect, golden hour light, the kind photographers dream of. Jessica was in the foreground, smiling, holding a cocktail. The composition was good. Too good, actually. I zoomed in on the photo. That's when I noticed it. In the bottom right corner of the frame, barely visible, but definitely there, was a hand. A man's hand. Larger than Jessica's, with a watch I didn't recognize. The hand was holding a beer bottle, positioned like someone sitting across the table from her. I stared at that hand for a long moment. Maybe it was just someone at the next table. Maybe the photo had accidentally captured a stranger. That happens. But something felt off. The next photo appeared an hour later. Jessica on the beach at sunset, arms outstretched, looking happy and free. Caption, Beach therapy. Beach with umbrella. Another beautiful shot. Great framing, perfect light. Professional-looking composition. I zoomed in. There, in the left edge of the frame, was a hand. The same man's hand. I recognized the watch. This time the hand was extended, like someone had been holding Jessica's hand, but she'd let go just before the photo was taken. You could see the fingers still in frame, just barely. I felt something cold in my chest. I clicked on the photo to see who was tagged. Just Jessica. No Sarah. No Megan. No indication anyone else was there. I opened Sarah's Instagram. She'd posted a photo 3 hours ago from Miami. She was at a local restaurant with her husband. Caption, Date night with my love. Red heart. Sarah wasn't in Key West. She was in Miami. I checked Megan's Instagram. She'd posted yesterday from Fort Lauderdale. She was at her sister's baby shower. Multiple photos, multiple people, definitely not in Key West. Neither of Jessica's supposed travel companions were on the trip. Jessica had lied about who she was with. I went back to Jessica's Instagram and started examining every photo with the eye of a professional photographer. Photo 3, posted Friday morning. Jessica having breakfast on a balcony. Caption, Morning coffee with the best view. Hot beverage. I zoomed in on the reflection in the window behind her. There, barely visible, but definitely there, was the reflection of someone taking the photo. A man. Tall, darker hair, wearing a casual shirt. Not one of her girlfriends. A man. Photo 4, posted Friday afternoon. Jessica by a hotel pool. Caption, Pool day. Smiling face with sunglasses. In the background, sitting on a lounge chair, was a blurred figure. Male. Wearing the same watch I'd seen in the earlier photos. Photo 5, posted Friday evening. Jessica at a restaurant, laughing. Caption, Best seafood ever. Lobster. In this one, the man's hand was clearly visible, reaching across the table, touching Jessica's hand. You could see both their hands intertwined on the table, right there in the photo she'd posted publicly. I sat in our condo, scrolling through my wife's Instagram, looking at photo after photo of her weekend trip. And in every single picture, there was evidence of a man. A hand, a reflection, a shadow, a blurred figure in the background. She documented her entire affair on social media and apparently hadn't noticed. Because I'm a photography director, I analyze images for inconsistencies. I spot details. I see what's in the frame and what's trying to hide outside it. And Jessica had just given me photographic evidence of her cheating, posted publicly for anyone who looked closely enough to see. I screenshot every photo, saved them all. Then I started analyzing them professionally. I adjusted exposure on the reflection photo, enhanced the shadows, cleaned up the image until I could see the man's face clearly in the window reflection. I recognized him. Alex, the new creative director from Jessica's company, the one she'd been mentioning for 4 months. I pulled up Alex's Instagram. It was public. His most recent photo, posted Friday evening, was a Key West sunset. Same location as Jessica's photos. Same time. Caption, Paradise found. Palm tree. In the background of Alex's photo, you could see Jessica. She was blurred, but I recognized her dress, the same one from her restaurant photo. They'd both posted from the same location at the same time, pretending to be in different situations. Jessica claimed to be with girlfriends who weren't there. Alex claimed to be alone in paradise. Both lying. Both posting evidence they didn't realize incriminated them. I spent Friday night documenting everything. Screenshot every photo from both accounts. Enhanced images to show the details. Created a timeline showing they'd been in the same locations at the same times. By Saturday morning, I had a complete photographic analysis proving Jessica's affair. Saturday afternoon, Jessica posted more photos. A beach walk at sunset. A cocktail at a bar. A late dinner. Every single photo had the same telltale signs. The man's hand. The reflection. The blurred figure. Alex documented in every frame, hiding in plain sight. Sunday evening, Jessica came home. She walked through the door looking tanned and relaxed, rolling her suitcase behind her. "Hey, I'm back." She hugged me. She smelled like sunscreen and perfume I didn't recognize. "How was the trip?" "Amazing. So relaxing. I really needed that." "How are Sarah and Megan?" "Great. We had such a good time together." The lie came easily. Naturally. "That's good. I'm glad you got to reconnect with them." "Me too. I miss them." She went upstairs to unpack. I stayed in the living room, waiting. 20 minutes later, she came down in comfortable clothes. "Want to watch something?" she asked. "Actually, I want to show you something first." "Okay. What?" I opened my laptop, pulled up the folder where I'd organized all the photos. "I really enjoyed your Instagram post from the trip. Great photography." She smiled. "Thanks. Key West is so photogenic." "It is. But you know what's interesting about these photos?" "What?" "As a photography director, I notice details that other people miss. Composition, framing, what's in the background, what's reflected in windows. It's my job." Her smile faltered slightly. I pulled up the first photo. This sunset shot is beautiful. But when you zoom in, there's a hand in the bottom right corner. A man's hand, with a distinctive watch. I zoomed in, showed her. She looked at it. "That's probably just someone at the next table." I pulled up the second photo. This beach shot. Same hand, same watch in the left frame. Like someone was holding your hand right before the photo. "Nathan." I pulled up the breakfast photo. This one is interesting. See the window reflection? When you enhance the image, you can see who took the photo. Want to guess who it is? I showed her the enhanced image. Alex's face, clearly visible in the reflection. Her face had gone white. "These are really good photos, Jessica." Professional composition. Almost like they were taken by someone with creative director experience. Someone who knows framing and light. Someone like Alex. I can explain. I pulled up the timeline I created. Here's every photo you posted from the trip, cross-referenced with Alex's Instagram posts. Same locations. Same times. Same sunset in your restaurant photo and his paradise found photo. I pulled up Sarah's Instagram. Here's Sarah on Thursday night. In Miami. With her husband. I pulled up Megan's Instagram. Here's Megan at her sister's baby shower. In Fort Lauderdale. Not in Key West. You weren't with your girlfriends. You were with Alex. And you documented the entire affair on Instagram, posting photos that show his hand, his reflection, his presence in every single shot. Jessica started crying. "Nathan, I'm so sorry." "Are you sorry you did it? Or sorry you got caught?" "Because you posted all of this publicly. You gave me photographic evidence of your affair and didn't even realize it. It wasn't supposed to happen. You planned a trip with him. You lied about who you were with. You spent 4 days in Key West with your coworker and posted pictures of it to social media. That's not something that wasn't supposed to happen. That's premeditated. I made a mistake." I pulled up the photo of their hands intertwined on the restaurant table. This isn't a mistake. This is you holding hands with another man and posting it where anyone who looked closely could see it. What are you going to do? "I'm filing for divorce. I've already contacted an attorney. I have all these photos analyzed and organized. I have proof you lied about the trip. I have evidence of the affair documented in your own social media posts. Please, can we talk about this?" "There's nothing to talk about. You went to Key West with Alex. You held hands with him, had romantic dinners with him, spent 4 days with him pretending to be on a girl's trip. And you documented all of it in photos you posted publicly." I closed my laptop. I'm a photography director. I analyze images for a living. Did you really think you could post pictures with a man's hand in every frame and I wouldn't notice? She had no answer. "Pack a bag. I want you out of the condo tonight. You can stay with Alex. I'm sure he'll take you in since you two just got back from vacation together. This is my home, too. I paid the down payment. I pay 65% of the mortgage. And you just committed adultery documented in public social media posts. My attorney assures me you'll be moving out. She packed a bag through tears, left around 9 p.m. I watched her go and felt nothing but relief. I called my attorney Monday morning. Her name was Rebecca Stone, specialized in high-asset divorces. Rebecca, I'm ready to file. My wife went on a girls' trip to Key West with her coworker boyfriend and documented the entire affair on Instagram. She posted evidence publicly. Every photo has proof. His hand in the frame, his reflection in windows, both of them posting from the same locations. I've analyzed all the images professionally and created a complete timeline. Send me everything. I sent the full photographic analysis. Every enhanced image, every timeline correlation, every piece of evidence visible in photos Jessica had posted herself. Rebecca called back an hour later. This is the most thoroughly documented affair I've ever seen. She literally posted the evidence publicly. She didn't realize what was visible in the photos. But I'm a photographer. I see everything. We filed papers Tuesday morning. Jessica was served at her office Wednesday afternoon. She called me immediately. You're really doing this? You went to Key West with Alex and posted photos showing his hand touching you. Yes, I'm really doing this. Those photos don't prove anything. I've enhanced the images. I can see Alex's face in the window reflection. I've correlated your posts with his posts showing you were at the same locations. I've proven Sarah and Megan weren't on the trip. The photos prove everything. I made a mistake. You made a choice. Multiple choices over 4 days. Every photo you posted, every lie you told, every moment with Alex. Those were all choices. Jessica hired an attorney who tried to claim the photos were inconclusive. Rebecca presented my professional photographic analysis. Enhanced images showing Alex clearly. Timeline correlations. Evidence that Jessica had lied about her travel companions. These photos were posted publicly by Mrs. Nathan, Rebecca told Jessica's attorney. My client is a professional photography director. His analysis would hold up as expert testimony. She documented her own affair and posted it on social media. Jessica's attorney tried to argue for a 50-50 split of assets. Rebecca countered with evidence that I'd paid the down payment from premarital funds and contributed 65% of the mortgage payments, plus the affair proven through social media evidence. We settled after 5 weeks. I kept the condo. Jessica got 35% of joint savings. I kept my retirement accounts. She kept hers. No alimony. Clean break. 7 years of marriage ended because she'd posted photos with another man's hand visible in every frame. I heard what happened afterward through mutual friends. Jessica and Alex tried to continue their relationship after the divorce. It lasted 2 months. Turned out their relationship had been exciting when it was secret. When it became public, especially after everyone had seen the Instagram photos and knew how they'd gotten caught, the relationship lost its appeal. Alex's company had a policy against workplace relationships. When HR found out about the affair and the Key West trip, they gave Alex a choice: transfer to a different office or resign. He chose to resign. Jessica stayed at her company, but her professional reputation suffered. Everyone knew she'd had an affair with a coworker and documented it on social media. She tried to reach out about 8 months after the divorce. A long email about how I'd been harsh to analyze the photos so thoroughly, how I'd humiliated her by presenting enhanced images as evidence. I replied with one line: "You posted the evidence publicly. I just looked closely enough to see it." Then I blocked her, because that was the truth. Jessica had documented her entire affair and posted it to Instagram. She just hadn't realized what was visible in the frames. But I'm a photographer. I see what others miss. The hand in the corner, the reflection in the window, the shadow in the background, the blurred figure that tells the real story. She'd handed me the evidence herself, wrapped in beautiful sunset photos and beach scenes. I kept the condo in Betrayal, renovated it, updated it, made it entirely mine. About a year after the divorce, I met someone at a photography exhibition in Wynwood. Her name was Claire. She was a photo editor for a magazine, understood visual storytelling, appreciated attention to detail. On our third date, she asked about my divorce. My ex-wife went on a girls' trip to Key West with her boyfriend and posted photos on Instagram. There was a man's hand visible in every single picture. Claire's eyes widened. She didn't notice? She didn't. But I'm a photography director. I see everything in a frame. His hand, his reflection, his presence in every shot. She documented her entire affair and posted it publicly. What did you do? I enhanced the images, created a timeline, cross-referenced her posts with her supposed travel companion's social media, and proved she'd lied about everything. That's incredibly thorough. That's my job. I analyze images. When she posted photos with another man's hand in every frame, I couldn't exactly unsee that. Most people wouldn't have noticed. Most people aren't professional photographers. But I am. And once I saw the details, I couldn't ignore them. We've been together for over a year now. Claire is careful about what she posts on social media. Not because she's hiding anything, but because she understands that images tell stories. And she wants the story to be honest. My wife's girls' trip, photos showed a man's hand in every picture. And because I'm a photographer who sees details others miss, I noticed. The hand in the corner, the reflection in the glass, the shadow that revealed who was really there. She thought posting beautiful sunset photos and beach scenes would tell the story she wanted people to see. But images tell the truth. You just have to look closely enough to see it. And I looked very closely. Some people said I was being too analytical, that I'd examined the photos too thoroughly, that enhancing images and creating timelines was excessive. But those people didn't see what I saw. Didn't notice the man's hand reaching across the table in a photo she'd posted publicly. Didn't recognize the face reflected in the window. Didn't understand that she'd documented her entire affair for anyone with eyes trained to see details. I didn't need to spy. I didn't need to hire investigators. I didn't need to follow her. She posted the evidence herself, and I simply looked at the photos closely enough to see what was really there.